Hi you guys, my name is Cyan Martin and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are doing another reading challenge. This one I actually saw Destiny Sidwell do it and she said she got it from a TikTok, so I'm not sure who created it, but it is not my idea. I just thought it'd be fun to do this challenge, and it is obviously going to be the challenge where I let a random number generator decide how many hours I'm going to be reading per day for an entire week. This can either go two ways, really good or really bad, depending on how long I get. Like Destiny did, I'm only going to set the generator to hours 1 through 12 because there's just no way. With my luck, I'm going to get 12 every single day. But yeah, obviously today is the first day of the challenge. It is Sunday. I'm ready to go and I'm going to pull up the pinwheel. I did just do a pinwheel because I thought, you know, it's cuter, the aesthetics and everything. And let me screen record and let's spin the wheel to see how long I have to read for today. Okay, so today we're going to be reading for 9 hours. Honestly, it's not that bad because on Sundays are normally when I do most of my reading anyways, but I did pick out the first book we're going to start with, and that is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I always like to start off my challenges with a thriller / mystery because I tend to like most of them. They're fun, fast-paced, and they get me in the mood to read and excited to read. So I always like to start with one. This one was very popular a while back ago, and I'm pretty sure it is about a man who is accused of murdering his mistress. His wife is a lawyer and she's going to defend him. I'm sure we're going to figure out who the actual killer is. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that. But I also feel like that would be a very boring plot twist and very predictable, and I don't think the author would do that. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully I'm wrong. That's all I really have to say. I'm going to start my timer and read a little bit, and I will update you guys later. Okay guys, so I now have 7 hours and 15 minutes left on the timer, and I would say I'm about halfway through. I'm on page 168. Like I said, this is about Adam. He is suspected of killing his mistress, and he is married to a woman named Sarah, who is a lawyer. They're having a failing marriage, obviously, or he wouldn't have cheated on her. And of course, when she finds out that he's being charged with killing a mistress that she had no idea existed, it gets worse, but she decides to defend him anyways because she is a better woman than I am. I would have let him rot in jail, but basically throughout this we're kind of just getting their backstory of like what's been going on through their marriage. We're seeing him trying to resolve himself of this crime. Basically, he's really messing up. Like, if you're being charged with committing a crime, the stuff that he does is not okay. He's also a really big mama's boy, which I do not like. And there's not much else to it, really. You do have a lot of other characters, so it makes you a little bit suspicious about who the murderer actually is. But at the same time, I'm enjoying it. It's fun, fast-paced. Like, the drama is good drama. That's the only update I really have. I'm gonna sit here and continue reading, and then I'll update you guys probably when I finish the book. I just finished The Perfect Marriage, and I'm conflicted on how I feel because I 100% guessed the plot twist in this book. She literally could have made the killer anyone else but who she made it. There was a little addition to the plot twist, I guess you could say, of who the killer is, so that was a little bit of a shock, but at the same time, I guessed the plot twist. It took away from the story a little bit because I was enjoying it a lot, and then at the very end, it was just kind of disappointing, underwhelming, I guess you could say, but I still enjoyed the story, so maybe that was the author's intention. You know what I mean? Like, she still wrote a good story, it's just the plot twist could have been better. So yeah, I don't really know, but I feel like it is just gonna sit at a 3-star for me because of the fact that the plot twist was so unbelievably predictable. But now I do have about 5.5 hours left on my timer, and I'm actually going to just take a break and come back later when we pick out our next read. Hi. So it's a good bit later, and I did start my next book and continue reading, but only for like 2 hours, so we have 3 hours and 32 minutes left on our timer. I'm going to finish that up because it is 8:13 p.m., so I'm just gonna lay in bed, read for a little bit, and the book that I have already started is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is the first book in the Boys of Toman or Tommen series, and I have heard so many great things about the series, but I mean, they're bricks, are they not? So this book is about Johnny and Shannon. They are in high school, but I'm telling you, it's not like a cheesy high school romance. So Shannon, she has a really bad home life, so definitely check up trigger warnings. In addition to having a bad home life, she also has bullies at her school, so she ends up switching and going to a private school. Johnny, on the other hand, is like this really big rugby star at his school. He comes from a rich family. His parents so far seem really great too. So his life is kind of like the opposites of Shannon, and they're gonna start a romance. Yeah. That's basically it, which it doesn't seem like a lot, and the first and second book are both Johnny and Shannon's story, so you might be thinking like I was, what is there to say? You know what I mean? Like, they're such big books. How much can a romance have? And I know I'm not even like 200 pages in, but I'm telling you, I'm hooked. This is gripping my attention. I'm loving it. So I'm excited to keep reading it. We'll see how far I get tonight. But I did buy it on my Kindle a long time ago because I just knew that I wasn't going to want to hold a literal brick while I was reading this, and because the font is kind of small. I don't know. Is that small? Yeah, I don't know. Is that small to you guys? Because to me, that's small. I mean, if you've seen the font that I read on my Kindle, it's literally like huge. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here, read in bed on my Kindle for a little bit, and finish up our time for today. So day one, not yet, but like, we'll check it off. Okay guys, so according to my Kindle, I've made it to page 423. I don't have any other really updates besides the fact that I'm still loving it so far. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow I get enough time so that I can finish the book. But that's all the updates I really have. I need to shower now and go to bed. Today is Monday, which means it's time to spin the wheel again and see how long we are having to read for today. Let's get the wheel out and go. Okay, today we're reading for 5 hours, which is definitely doable. I did read up to page 486. So yeah, we're just gonna keep reading for 5 hours today. I'm back, and I did finish reading Binding 13, and this book, you guys, was so good. I totally understand why people love this book, but it does end kind of on like a cliffhanger. I am going to start the second book in the series because I just enjoyed this so much. I gave it 5 stars. I don't want to say too much because then it'll ruin stuff, but I am going to read the second one, so I have it right here, which is Keeping 13, another brick, as you probably could have guessed. So I am going to read on my Kindle, and we only have 2 hours and 42 minutes left. So we're gonna start reading and see how far we can get into it. We have officially ended our time for Monday. It is almost 1 a.m. It's 12:52. And I have made it in Keeping 13 to page 239. And it's just getting better, to be honest. It's getting so much better than I thought it could get. I love this story. I'm not going to go too much into it because it is a sequel, so if I say anything, it might pretty much ruin it for you if you want to read it. But I just love Johnny so much. I feel bad for Joey. I feel bad for Shannon. Her little brothers are so cute too. Gibbsy's still Gibbsy. I am really enjoying it, but I still need a shower, and luckily I don't have class tomorrow, so I can sleep in, and so I'm gonna do that, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Good morning, beautiful people. We are back. Today is Tuesday, we have to find out how long I'm reading for. I have it pulled up on my phone and let's spin. Ooh. Oh, okay. So today we are reading for 11 hours. I wasn't expecting that, but then again, I did have 1 through 12 listed, so it could have been anything. But you know what? I'm excited to read, so actually this might turn out to be a good thing. But of course, we are going to finish reading the second book in the Boys of Tommen series, which is Keeping 13. And I promise, once we finish this, I'm not going to continue the series in this video because I don't want this video to just be about this one series and then one other book. So I am going to hopefully be able to finish this within 11 hours. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to. And we're just gonna, have some fun. I do have a nice little matcha. I am 100% a matcha girly. This one, I added pumpkin syrup to it. And I added also vanilla sweet cream cold foam. And it's so cute. Anyways, let's start reading. We have 5.5 hours left on our timer, and the time is whatever that says. I can't see it. Can you see it? It's 4:50, and I finished Keeping 13. I love this book so much. I don't know how she does it. I don't know how you write a whole 2 books that are each like what? Ridiculously long. Like 724 pages. I don't know how you write 2 books like that and there's not much happening, but I'm still loving every single second of it. So I gave this one 5 stars as well. They're both absolutely amazing. Love them so much. That's all I'm gonna say about that one because I know it can be kind of boring talking about the same book. But now we have our next book for reading time today. And now I'm going to go into fantasy romance, and I picked up The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Everyone talked about this like months ago. Everyone loved it. I think it's vampires too. I've heard that it has Hunger Game-esque trials, and I love those types of things. So I'm super excited. We're gonna get into it now. I'm probably still gonna sit in this exact same position because this is my favorite spot to read. If you can't tell, in like all my videos, it's just me either sitting on the couch or in my bed. But that's my life. So here we are. I'm sorry if it's boring. Maybe one day I should like get out of the house and go film at like a coffee shop while I read. But honestly, if I'm being realistic, I don't read at coffee shops. I grab my coffee and I dip, and filming in public, not really something I want to do. So welcome to my apartment for every single video. It's fine. But yeah, let's start reading now. Here's the thing. I got kind of busy today and I didn't get to read for as long as I wanted to. We still have 2 hours and 36 minutes. I have a good bit of reading left. So far, this book is about, is it Violet? Aurea. Why did I say Violet? That is literally Fourth Wing. Anyways, this book is about Aurea, and Rain. Aurea is basically a human that was taken in by the super powerful vampire king, and there is this competition full of vampires, and she's going to go in and compete in it even though she's human and be locked with a bunch of vampires and compete in these trials against them in order to win, because whoever wins at the end gets one wish. I'm loving it. It's really fun, fast-paced, but for some reason, like, even though I'm really enjoying it, I could put it down. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel the need to read this right now. However, I will say I don't trust her dad, and I don't know why, but I feel like in all fantasies, no matter who the parent is, I don't trust them. They always turn out to be bad guys. That's all I'm gonna say about it, but I'm gonna sit here and just read for a little while. I did finish The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and like I'm out of breath because I had to go downstairs to get my Kindle. But it's currently 1:18 a.m. and I have 20 minutes left on the timer, so I'm going to start the novella Six Scorched Roses that comes after that, and I don't have the physical copy. All of it's on Kindle Unlimited, but I'm going to just read the novella on here, then pass out, and I will talk to you guys in the morning. Alright, you guys, so it is the next day. Last night I did end up finishing The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I thought this book was really good. I did really love our main character. I always love when trials are involved in any type of fantasy book, and I also really like that it was a vampire fantasy because huge Vampire Diaries fan right here, so of course I'm gonna like that. And this is like the first vampire fantasy that I've ever read, so I really did enjoy that part of it. Thought it was great. And the ending though, I'm not sure where it's gonna go from there. We'll just have to see and read the second book. I gave this one probably 4 stars because while I did thoroughly enjoy it, I still don't think it's like the best fantasy I've read, but keep in mind I have not read many. But then I read a little bit more last night and I read Six Scorched Roses, which is the novella that comes after that. This one is about a girl named Lilith, and she's actually human, and then she is living in this world where all the crops are dying, the people are starving, and her sister is getting more and more sick as time goes on. So she is looking for a cure, and she thinks that she might be able to find it in the blood of a vampire. So she comes across one named Vale, and she is going to be drawing blood for him to do like scientific research on to try and find this cure. And so she brings him a rose each time she comes to visit. That's like their payment or exchange, and I'm pretty sure they're just gonna end up falling in love. So far it's cute. I like it. It's a sweet little novella. You're getting a lot of information in just this short story. Like, this is less than 200 pages, but I don't mind it. But now we actually do need to spin the wheel and see for how long I have to read for today, and do. Okay, we have to read for 1 hour today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so relieved. Obviously I love reading, but I've already read a lot. Okay, so it says that I have, can you see that? Hold on. It says like I have an hour and a half almost to finish reading this novella. So I'm just gonna read the rest of this. I'm not even gonna set a timer, and I will get back to you guys when I'm done, and we'll be done for today. I just finished the novella Six Scorched Roses. I normally give all novellas just 3 stars because I feel like there's not a lot going on. They're all usually just mid, but this one I actually really enjoyed. It did move a little bit slow at first, but then towards the end it was really good. So I'm gonna give it probably 3.5, but that's all the reading for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, you guys. Today is Thursday, another day of this reading challenge. We only have 3 more days left. Thank God, because to be honest, I'm getting tired. But let's go ahead and spin the wheel so that we can see how long today's reading time is. And go. Did I just jinx myself? We had a nice little break yesterday, but unfortunately that's not the case for today. Today we're reading for 12 hours. So this is gonna be so much fun. I do have our next book picked out, and we'll finish it today, so I guess that's good. But the book we're going to read is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. But it follows The Serpent and the Wings of Night and Six Scorched Roses. So we're gonna just get into it, hop on into it, and I'm telling you, I'm not leaving this spot. We have 12 hours to read. Just better make myself at home. So cheers. Let's get started. I finally finished The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Yep, That's what this book is called. I do think this one wasn't as good as the first one, and I gave the first one 4 stars, so I'm gonna give this one 3.75. The only thing I would say is that from other people, I felt like I had to read the novella in order to go into this one. So I thought that the novella was super important and that the characters in that one were going to be very important in this one. You do get to see them in here, but not as often as I would have liked. I'd say you could most definitely skip it unless you just want to read that. So that's that. Like I said, 3.75. Did I say that? Anyways, my eyes are literally starting to get blurry and we still have 5.5 hours. And I'm also just like tired of reading. I feel like I've read so much this week, but I'm going to take a break for a little bit. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Once again, it is sometime later. I have been doing things around my house, cleaning up and stuff like that, and I decided to listen to an audiobook. Some people might say that that's cheating, but I really genuinely do not care. If you're mad about it, I don't know, stay mad, I guess, because that's what I did. Now we have 3 hours and 34 minutes left, and I'm 50% of the way through the book because I listened to some, also have read some, and that book, of course, is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This is the same author of No Exit. I didn't read that one, but everyone says it's really great. But I did watch the movie before I ever got into reading, so yeah, I wanted to pick this one up because it is his newest release. I bought it on my Kindle. This is about a girl named Emma. She is basically like house sitting this woman's beach house, and it's like the off season, so she does have a neighbor that she talks to occasionally. Besides that, there's like no one else in this area except for them two, and while she's staying there, she takes up reading as a hobby. So she reads this like absolutely terrible thriller, so she goes and she leaves a review about it and is just like pretty much dragging this author and this book. The author starts messaging her and is asking her to take the review down. She refuses, and then after that review is left, all these weird things start happening, and basically the author is trying to kill her. It's definitely a thriller, like actual thriller, not a mystery. You're not really trying to figure out who is trying to harm her. You know who it is, it's the author, but we're trying to figure out, I guess, why he's doing this. Like, does he just have anger issues, or is there something more? How did he figure out who she was and where she was at? We're gonna see. I will also warn you that there is a dog in this book, and I swear it will literally get a 0 star from me if anything bad happens to this dog. But I'm gonna keep reading, see how it ends, and I'll update you guys later. So, let me sit up for this. I finished The Last Word by Taylor Adams. Because I finished it, you should know, nothing bad happens to the dog. So, if you were wondering about that, nothing bad happens to the dog. So, round of applause for Taylor Adams. However, in the end, there is a bit of a plot twist. I didn't really care for the plot twist. There's like 2 big plot twists that happen. I didn't see them coming. Well, I kind of did, but I didn't. You know what I mean? When you like kind of guess part of the plot twist but not like the full plot twist. That's what happened in this one. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fun, fast-paced, and like I said earlier, definitely not like a murder mystery. It's more like a thriller, and it did kind of at some parts have my heart racing a little bit, you know, it went a little pitter-patter. One thing that did really annoy me about this book though is that they mention Amazon so much. Like, was this book sponsored by Amazon? I don't know why I picked up on that, but if you read it, let me know if you noticed that too. But yeah, it was okay. I'm gonna give it just 3.5 stars. Okay, so I really need a break from like books where my brain needs to think, so I did pick out my next book, and that is Fine Print by Lauren Asher. The Fine Print, don't get it twisted, by Lauren Asher. This is like a billionaire romance. They're brothers. It's like the Great Value version of Disney World, I guess, and that's all I really know. But I mean, a billionaire romance sounds good to me right now, so we're gonna finish up tonight by reading this. did it! I'm probably gonna continue reading this book tomorrow, so I'm not gonna update you guys now. I'll update you guys tomorrow. Duh. Today, we have another wheel to spin. I do plan on continuing the fine print just because my brain can't handle anything more than this, so that's what we're gonna read. But first, we need to see how long we're reading for. Okay, 8 hours is not bad. We've got this. Today we're going to be reading for 8 hours in total. I'm going to start reading this. I did start it last night. I don't think I told you guys much, but basically it's about Zara and Rowan. Zara works at Dreamland and she basically does like the makeup to make little kids into princesses and princes and princesses. Rowan comes in. His grandfather just passed away and he is set to inherit a bunch of money. But first what he has to do is come here and run the business, make it more successful, and then he'll get his part of the inheritance, as well as his brothers if they do their own thing in the books. The only thing I don't really like is there's kind of like the hidden identity trope, like he is messaging her and acting as if he is someone else and helping her because she does eventually get hired to become part of his team. So yeah, that's what's happening. But I'm gonna sit here and read for a little bit and of course I'll update you guys later. So I did it. I finished the fine print. We still have 5 hours and 49 minutes left. In this book, towards the end, you get to see their relationship develop. She does figure out, of course, that he is the one that has been messaging her and helping her with her projects this whole time. He also does really grow as a character. Anyways, I did not mind it. I thought it was cute. It was fun. I think I would have to give it 3.5 stars though, because I did like it. It was fast paced, it was easy to read, and there is a little bit of smut in there, which was nice. Wasn't too much to take away from the plot, but I just don't particularly love Rowan. I think he was overly grumpy for no reason, and I'm not a huge fan of grumpy male characters in books. I don't mind grumpy, but there's like a line that you can cross between grumpy and just being an asshole. He's pretty close to that line, you know? And also Zara, not my favorite. But yeah, it was still decent. But now I need to keep reading because we have some time left. Of course, the next book we're going to read is Terms and Conditions. This is the second book. This is about Declan and Iris. We have met them, don't know much about them. I'm pretty sure that this brother, in order to get his part of the inheritance, he has to get married and have a baby. Which it's like that versus working at a theme park. Okay, Grandpa. But yeah, we're going to just get into this one now. Hi you guys, so it is 10:59 at night. Of course you can't see it. Why would you be able to? But we have an hour and, well, 2 hours basically left on the timer. I did end up finishing Terms and Conditions, but I didn't update you guys that much because there wasn't much to update you on. It was pretty similar to the first book, except in this one, like we said, it's about Declan and Iris. Iris is actually Declan's assistant, and she ends up fake marrying him in order for him to get part of his inheritance. It's just another grumpy sunshine, except I feel like he is a lot grumpier than Rowan was in the first book. A lot grumpier. The way he treated Iris was just so bad. He also acted like he had no emotion whatsoever, and Iris is like the sweetest person ever. She's literally marrying him, and don't forget, part of the contract is that he has to have a baby. And she's going to do all of that for him, and he just doesn't appreciate her as much as he should have. However, I did really like Iris's character. I think she was very strong. Although I do like the story better than the first one, I don't think these men are for me, you know? I think the women really are what do the books justice. So for that, I am gonna give it a 4-star because I did think it was better than the first one. That's about all I have to say. But now we still have some time. Like I said, we have almost 2 hours. So of course I'm gonna read the third book because I have this thing where I really don't like to be in the middle of series. I like to finish them once I start them. And I'm already in the middle of quite a few series. So I want to finish this one while I can. And of course, we're going to read Final Offer. This is about Cal, who is I think Cal's the middle brother? I don't remember, but he's there, and we have met his character in the other books. I really like his character in the other books. I like his and Iris's relationship actually because they're like BFFs. I'm pretty sure this one's a second chance romance, and he also has an alcohol addiction. So is it just alcohol or is it drugs too? I think it's just alcohol. So we're gonna go through that with him, see what that's all about. And this one's a lot thicker than the other ones. It's also the newest, and I've heard a lot of people say that either the second one or this one is their favorite, so we shall see. The timer just went off, but it's literally 1:06 in the morning. I'm on page 220. It is the middle of a chapter, but I don't care, okay? I'm going to bed, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, you guys. It is Saturday. It is 9:12 a.m. So let's spin the wheel and see how long we're reading for today. Ready? "5 hours. Okay, we can do that. We can do this. We've got it. We're gonna sit here and read all morning long, and of course the first book we're starting off with is The Final Offer, or just Final Offer this time, by Lauren Asher. This is the third book. I have already gotten to page 220. It's a chunker, so we'll see how long it takes me. I am liking it so far. Like I said, this one's Cal's story. He comes back into town. He has to remodel his family, like, beach. Is it on a beach or is it just a vacation home? I think it's just a vacation home. See, the small details I never pay attention to. But basically, when he goes there and tries to remodel it, his old girlfriend, Lana, she's living in this house because his grandfather also happened to give it to her without telling anybody. So they're working together. They are going to renovate this house and eventually sell it, even though she doesn't really want to. And at the same time, he is working on his alcohol addiction, and she is raising a child that is not technically hers. Well, it's not hers. There is no technically about it. The baby's not hers, but she's raising a little girl. So far, the little girl is not annoying in this book, and I actually really do like the relationship. We'll see where it goes. Blue. That's gross. Let me read you this story. I wake up the next morning with a pounding headache and the urge to hide from Lana after last night. Unlike my father, I'm not a mean drunk, but I am stupid. Oh, is this boring to you? The second I decide to film, Blue decides to play with his loudest toy. So if you hear that, I'm sorry. But I just finished Final Offer. We now have an hour and 49 minutes left. I really enjoyed this one. I loved Lana's character. I like that the kid wasn't annoying once again. I love her and Cal. I also feel like the other characters that you see in this book, like Iris, Declan, Rowan, and Zara, like, why are they better in this book than they were in their own books? And towards the end, there was a little bit of a plot twist, I guess you could say, with the whole inheritance thing and all of that was going on. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's my favorite one out of the series. I gave it 4.5 stars. It is a little bit heavier because of the addiction and those issues that they have. But anyways, that is that one. Like I said, we have an hour and 49 minutes, so I have picked out my next read, and that is Caraval. I'm gonna start reading it. All I know is this is like a magical carnival-esque vibe situation. Really don't know anything else about it, but I do want to read this because I also really want to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy that she has that's like in the same world, I think. So yeah, let's get into it.
about to come eat, so hurry up. I'm about to get some food.
I'm done. Okay, so I just finished reading for today and I read up to page 185 in Caraval. So this is about Tella and Scarlet. They are both sisters and they want to go to Caraval, which is this once a year thing. It's like a magical carnival. Every year there's a prize and everyone's competing and they basically don't know what's real and what's not throughout this game. It's very magical, a lot going on. Can't really tell you what it is because I'm confused. So there's that, but I didn't finish it, so I can't give it a rating, but I will finish it maybe one day in another video. My camera battery's about to die. But that is all for this video, you guys. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next one. Bye!